Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for Flare. This one came to my attention just through my crypto screener on TradingView. I have a couple filters set up down here. Brings to my attention certain ones I'm looking for based on certain filters. But before we get into this one, the one with the most price history, the chart, is BitTrue, FLR USDT, and it goes all the way back to January 6th, 2021. This isn't the one I'm doing my counts on though. But first, I pulled from the major waves. This is our last wave down. The 618's at 2.6 cents. Second one was this one at 12.7 cents. And the largest 618 you can see there at 26 cents. Okay, so I'm going to go over to MEXC for this. This is the one with most of the volume. And I did pull it from the high and the low here, even though it's not the full price history. It's very close. It was 26 cents, if you remember, on the other one for that final wave down. So getting into this count, it's a very nice wave setting up. This is from our low. We had our wave 1 to the upside. It's a leading diagonal if you go down to the smaller time frames. We then had our wave 2 down between the 50 and the 618. We then launched, hit the 1.618 extension of that wave 1 off the 2. Came back, came in a zigzag here, and we came between the 382 and the 50, exactly where we would expect our fourth wave. And we're working on our fifth wave to the upside, in which case I would expect a larger correction finding support at this fourth wave. So I'm looking for a short or a scalp long, depending what happens in this area. I also marked out targets for you here. The 1-to-1 you see, let me zoom in. The 1-to-1 you see there is the wave 1 off, extended off the wave 4, the length of the wave 1. The 1.618 is the 1.618 of the fourth wave. It's another way to target, and the 0.618 extension is from the 1 to the 3 pulled off the 4. So we have kind of a target area there between 24.42 and 25.57. But more importantly is the larger wave, as you can see at 25.66, which is the 200% extension of the wave 1 off the 2. Because we did hit the ideal 1.618, that's where I would expect this pivot. And it lines up, even though this is just the MEXC chart, algos are playing in here, algorithms. It lines up exactly with the 0.618, and it's kind of middle of where we would expect our target for our fifth wave to be. Other things to look at is the RSI. We're getting divergence here between the third and the fifth like we should. And I'd like to see some divergence down on the 4-hour and the 1-hour to zone in on this one. So right now you can see my box is between 25.66 and 28.59, the 2.3236 there you can see. We're also channeling very nicely. Our third came out of the trend channel, and we're looking for the fifth wave to tick right through it before we make our larger correction. So we'll go down to the 4-hour. This is our fifth wave lining up. You can see we had our wave 1, 2. This one's a tough wave to count. Our third. I'll go down to the 1-hour to show you our targets. Let me get rid of this for you. So this is our fourth wave low. We had our wave 1 as a diagonal. Wave 2, but this one's pretty tough to count right in here. But positives about this fifth wave here is the third wave came to the 1.618 extension of this wave 1 and 2. So the question is, for me, are we still working on our third wave? And this is an ending diagonal of our third. And then we make our 4 or 5 to the upside, like so. Or is our third topped? Our fourth was a expanded flat, which I don't really love. and we're working on our fifth wave to the upside, looking to hit that 200 and reverse. I'd like to come to at least the 2566, the 200 extension of this blue count. You can see, just because we came to the 1.618, that would be the ideal area. Let me extend that out. Right there, that's our 200%. So it's an interesting spot to trade at. So I'm going to wait this one out a little bit. This can easily turn into a flat correction, and our fourth gets moved over to here, and looking for our fifth wave up here to complete, or our fourth is in, and this is the final wave of our fifth. So I want to see how far this one gets extended before I come up with my trading plan. But I am expecting a reversal here within the next little bit. I'm going to put on our extensions here for our B wave. Which comes right around our target of our fifth wave. So interesting spot. If we come up to this area, this is our B wave potential if we're still in a fourth wave, looking for a fifth wave to the upside. And that would look like this. We have an A, B, C as a flat, and this is a correction itself. And then we look to make our fifth wave. So it's kind of a tough spot because this can just be a double top. Our fourth completed over here as an expanded flat, and our fifth wave is topping. But I would lean towards we're still in a wave 4 as a flat, just because this sold off pretty quickly. It doesn't look like all the fourth wave correction. When we look at our wave 1 and 2 over here, that's a pretty short correction compared to our wave 2. So I am actually expecting this to come down one more and then go up for our fifth. So I'm going to be watching this one very closely. I'm not going to short this at the moment because we can come all the way up to 24.92 and 25.58 before this B wave is in, like so. But I'm not looking for a short at the moment. I think we have a little bit more room to go. The way my mind would change, and I'd consider taking a short, is if we keep coming up here and we tag the larger trend line you can see there in gray. Because then I would consider that, okay, maybe the fourth is in and the flat actually ended somewhere over here because we made a higher high. This could be an A, B, C, and we're looking for 5 waves up. So I'm not trying to confuse you. It all depends the area where we pivot. I'd like to see us hit that trend channel to the upside. And if we hit that and we start reversing very fast, then I might consider a top in. But until then, I'm looking for this flat pattern to complete. Just keep in mind, if you know Elliott Wave, we made a new high here. This could be the entire flat of the fourth. And we're making 5 waves up to complete. All right, not trying to confuse you. I will update this one because I'm very interested in trading it. But I would be looking for a scalp long, depending what we get in this scenario, or I'll be looking to short the entire move to the upside. But you can see that area where we're making that fifth wave. It comes right to my target box, right to the 200 extension. So there's a lot of noise down on these smaller time frames that can really change how this pattern completes. We are getting divergence. This is clearly the top of the third. The question is the fourth complete here? And we're just looking for a quick 5 waves from here. And then we reverse. or are we in the middle of a B wave? We're about to pivot at any time, come short of the trend line, make our C wave, which should protect this low because it's a new high. And then we make our fifth, and then we reverse. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. I might look to long this depending on what pattern fills out here. I need more information, more candles to fill out before I can get confident on anything. But when we do fall, what I would look for is a 1-to-1 extension of this A wave off the B wherever it ends. Minimum is the 0.618. So wherever that ends, let me put that in a brighter color. Wherever this B wave ends, I'd pull the pivot and I'd look for a long from that area as long as we don't reach that trend channel. All right, guys, so that's it for Flare. This one should be a pretty nice trade in the future. A nice little short trade coming back to this area eventually to find support between 16 cents and 20-ish cents, at which point we'll be looking for a long as long as this plays out. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'm going to be looking for some other trade setups on my crypto screener. Just if you're new or if you're already a subscriber, I'm looking for opportunities of trade setups. I really don't care what the asset is. That's why I use my crypto screener. And that's why you might not see updates of certain coins from like a month ago. It's either in a too complex of a correction, like something like this. So when I see something like this panning out, I start to say, like, what's the point of doing an update on this? Nothing's going to happen for quite a long time. So if you've been looking for like an update on certain things like H-bar or whatever, until something significant changes, do you really want an update every day about something like this? You know, when we're stuck in a sideways market? Or would you rather be ready for a setup soon, like so? So that's the purpose going forward of this channel. It's not to update 10 things, the same assets every single day. It's to look for good trade setups, and I don't care what the asset is. That's the whole purpose. All right, guys, so if you see something setting up similar to this as a trend reversal, or even a 1-2 from the downside looking for a third, please leave a comment below, and I'll take a quick peek, see if it's worth going further into. And if not, yeah, if you're looking for certain updates, just know I'm following everything, and I will update it when it makes sense to. But until then, I'm not interested in making updates in an area like this where there's no probabilities one way or the other. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.